If you're dealing with that awful burning feeling in your feet, you know just how much it can ruin your day, and especially your night. Well, in this explainer, we're going to dive into some simple, practical things you can do right at home to cool those flames and find some real relief. Let's get right into it.
Wow, this says it all, doesn't it? For so many people, this isn't some kind of exaggeration. It's what they feel every single night. It's frustrating, it's painful, but you are definitely not alone, and there are things you can do about it.
So here's what we're going to cover. First, we'll figure out why your feet feel like they're on fire. Then we'll look at things you can do tonight for some quick relief. We'll peek into the kitchen cabinet for some helpers, talk about movement and massage, look at long-term fixes, and, super important, when it's time to call the doctor.
Okay, so first things first. Before you can fix a problem, you kind of have to understand what's causing it, right? Knowing the why behind that burning feeling is really the first step to finding a solution that's going to work for you.
The number one reason for burning feet is something called neuropathy. Now that's just a fancy word for nerve damage. The best way to think about it is like this. Your nerves get confused and start sending all these scrambled, mixed up pain signals to your brain. So your brain thinks your feet are on fire even when they're not. It's basically a big miscommunication happening inside your body.
So how can you tell what might be going on? Well, with that nerve issue, neuropathy, you often can't see anything wrong with your skin, but the burning just gets worse and worse at night. On the other hand, with something like athlete's foot, which is a fungus, you'll usually see a rash, maybe some peeling skin, and it's often super itchy as well as burning. And, it's not always one of those two things. It could be poor circulation, not getting enough of certain vitamins. Even just wearing tight, uncomfortable shoes all day can make your feet feel like they're burning up by the end of the day. All right, now for the part I'm sure you've been waiting for. What can you do for relief, like right now? Let's look at a few simple things you can try tonight before you even think about going to bed.
The classic cold water soak. It's so simple, but it really works by calming down those angry, irritated nerves. The key here is to use cool water, not ice-cold water, because that can actually be bad for your skin. And then, make sure you dry your feet completely, especially between your toes.
Here's another super easy one you can do while you're just sitting on the couch. Prop your feet up on some pillows. You want them to be higher than your heart. This just helps gravity do its thing, helping the blood flow back and reducing any swelling that might be pushing on those nerves. It costs nothing, and it works.
Okay, two more quick ones. A warm, not hot, Epsom salt soak can feel incredibly soothing, and it's great for circulation. But here's a really important tip. If your feet are a bit numb, test the water with your elbow first, not your foot, to make sure it's not too hot. And hey, don't underestimate the power of good socks. Simple cotton socks let your feet breathe, and some people find compression socks really help with circulation during the day.
All right, let's take a walk into the kitchen. You might be surprised to find out you already have a few things in your pantry that could help cool down your feet.
So here are a few popular ones. Turmeric has a secret weapon in it called curcumin, which is a natural inflammation fighter. It basically helps tell those irritated nerves to just calm down. Ginger does a similar thing. It fights inflammation and also helps your blood vessels relax, which means better circulation to your feet.
Now listen up, because this is so important. You might hear that not having enough vitamin B can cause burning feet, and that's true. But here's the twist. Taking too much of one specific B vitamin, B6, can cause the exact same problem. It's a perfect example of how more isn't always better.
So the bottom line is this. Please don't just start grabbing bottles of vitamins and guessing. Talk to your doctor first. They can do a simple test to see what you actually need and make sure you get the right amount. Trying to fix it yourself could actually make things worse.
I know. When your feet hurt, moving them is probably the last thing on your mind. But believe it or not, some gentle movement can be one of the best things for them. Let's see how. Oh, a simple foot massage can feel like heaven. And you don't need to go to a professional. You can just use your own thumbs. Or even easier, sit in a chair and just roll your foot back and forth over a tennis ball. Pro tip, add a drop of peppermint oil to some lotion for an amazing cooling feeling.
And what's really interesting is that sometimes helping your feet actually starts with your legs. If your calf muscles are super tight, they can pull and put pressure on the nerves that go all the way down into your feet. A simple stretch against a wall, holding it for about 30 seconds, can make a huge difference. Soaks and stretches are fantastic for right now relief. But if you want this to stop happening for good, we have to look at the bigger picture. Let's talk about some long-term changes.
These are the 4 heavy hitters right here. If you have diabetes,
getting your blood sugar under control is the #1 most important thing for your nerves. Smoking is just terrible for circulation, so quitting is a game changer. Wearing comfortable shoes with good support is a no-brainer, and losing even a little bit of extra weight can take so much pressure off your feet.
Home remedies are great, but they can't fix everything, and it's so important to know when this is something bigger than a foot soak. Let's go over the red flags you need to watch out for.
Okay, if you experience any of these, please do not wait. If the burning suddenly gets worse and starts moving up your legs, if you have sores on your feet that aren't healing, if you see red streaks or have a fever, or the pain is just so bad that nothing helps, you need to see a doctor right away.
So after all of that, you're probably sitting there thinking, okay, just tell me, which one is the magic cure? Which one thing is going to fix this?
And the honest-to-goodness truth is, there isn't one magic cure. The real secret is finding the special combination of these things that works for your body and for your feet. It's about being a bit of a detective and figuring out what gives you the best relief.
So what do you do now? Start with the basics tonight. Try a cool soak or prop your feet up. Maybe keep a little notebook and jot down what you tried and how it felt. But most of all, be patient with your body. These things, especially nerve-related stuff, can take a while to get better. Just please don't give up. There is a combination out there that can bring you relief and help you feel a whole lot better.
Before you go, I need to share something important with you. Listen, I know you're exhausted, not just from the pain, but from the searching, the hoping, the disappointment. You just want your life back. We get that because we hear it every day from people just like you. Look, I know many of you are here because you're dealing with pain that just won't go away. And if you're one of the millions struggling with neuropathy, you know exactly what I mean. The burning that keeps you up at night, the tingling that makes every step uncertain, the frustration of trying cream after cream, pill after pill with nothing really working. And here's what most people don't understand. Neuropathy happens when the nerves in your feet get damaged. They can't send the right signals to your brain anymore. Those pain signals you're feeling, they're basically your nerves crying for help. The good news is simple. With the right stimulation, those nerves can actually start working right again. We've helped over 50,000 people get their nerves working again using this exact method. And that's why we created NeuroGo. Not just another device, but a complete support system with our Facebook community, diet program, exercise guides, free books, and real people who answer your questions. When other treatments have let you down, NeuroGo delivers the solution you've been searching for, so you can stop managing pain and start living again. You don't have to accept this pain as your new normal. Get 40% off yours today with a 90-day money-back guarantee. Click the link below. You have nothing to lose but the pain.